Welcome to Ready When You Are, Central Texas Real Estate. I'm Shondrea Harroon.
And I'm Fiooze Harroon. We are Harroon Realty Group, brokered by Fathom Realty, serving Killeen, Harker Heights, Salado, Austin, and the communities across Central Texas.
Today, we begin with who we are and how we work. Because when you trust someone with a life change, you deserve clarity, care, and a plan.
This show is for you if you are a first-time home buyer figuring out where to start, a homeowner ready to sell, a family relocating to Central Texas, an investor watching this market, or simply someone who wants to understand what is happening in real estate right now and who they can trust to tell them the truth.
In the next 40 minutes, you will hear our stories, our process, and the practical guidance we use to change outcomes for the people we serve.
Let's get into it.
I did not set out to be a real estate agent. I set out to help people make better decisions when it mattered most. My background is in healthcare administration. I hold a doctorate in the field. That work put me in rooms where families were negotiating high-stake decisions under enormous pressure. And what I kept seeing was the same pattern over and over. People didn't need more data. They needed a clear path, a calm voice, and someone who would hold the plan when everything felt uncertain. A doctorate in healthcare administration teaches you systems thinking. It teaches you how to look at a complex situation, identify the variables that matter, and build a process that protects the outcome. I brought that exact lens to real estate because buying or selling a home is one of the highest stake decisions a family makes, and most people navigate it without a real process or a real advocate in their corner. One experience in particular changed how I approach every transaction. A family was relocating to Central Texas. Their offer was accepted. Everything looked perfect on paper. But no one had flagged a critical local deadline that directly affected their children's school enrollment. That oversight cost that family a month of unnecessary stress and a brand new city where they didn't know a single person yet. That month cost that family more stress than the entire home buying process combined, and it was completely preventable. We now build practical checks into every client plan specifically so that avoidable stress never becomes someone's reality. Success to me is not a closed file. It is a family that is settled, routines established, commutes tested, and a plan that actually worked. I also currently serve on the Harker Heights Capital Improvement Advisory Committee, which means I have a first-hand window into the city's infrastructure plans, development trajectory, and what that means for a long-term value of the communities we serve. That kind of knowledge goes directly to our clients. Fiooze brings a complete different and equally powerful background to this work, and together we cover every side of what makes a move actually succeed.
Before I was a realtor, I spent 30 years in education, 3 decades of working with people, students, families, and communities at some of the most important moments in their lives. And what that experience taught me, more than anything else, is that the way you show up for people matters enormously. Patience, clarity, meeting people where they are, building trust before you ask for anything. Those are not soft skills. In education and in real estate, they are the work. I am a logistics person by nature. I think in timelines, contingencies, and backup plans. I learned this market by being in it, driving neighborhoods, talking to people, and understanding not just what the map says, but what daily life actually feels like in each community. In education, I watched what happened when students and families had the right guidance at the right time, and what happened when they didn't. The outcomes were completely different, not because of talent or luck, because of process and support. Real estate works the same way. The difference between a smooth move and a month of chaos almost always comes down to the details most agents never think to plan for. a closing window aligned to the right timeline, a lender who understands the full picture, a communication cadence that keeps everyone informed so nobody is guessing. 30 years in education taught me the best outcomes happen when people feel supported, informed, and never alone in the process. That is exactly how I show up for every client. When plan, process, and relationships all align, both sides leave satisfied. This is the work we do every day, care and competence together, not one without the other.
At Harroon Realty Group, we believe that real estate is more than transactions. It is about building lasting relationships and empowering our clients with knowledge and confidence.
Our team combines deep local expertise with a commitment to personalized service, ensuring every client's unique needs are met with care and precision.
We are proud to be part of the Central Texas community and dedicated to helping families and individuals find not just a house, but a home.
Whether you're buying, selling, or exploring your options, we are here to guide you every step of the way with honesty and integrity.
Here is exactly what working with Harroon Realty Group looks like in practice. Step 1, the first conversation. We ask one question. What does success look like for you? Then we listen. Timeline, budget, school priorities, commute needs, must-haves. We don't show homes until we decide and understand the full picture.
Step 2, neighborhood deep dive. We show you the real routes you will drive, the morning routines you will live, and the local resources you will actually use. Because those are the details that matter every single day, not just on moving day.
Step 3, the market plan. Comparable sales, a pricing band, and if you are selling, a tailored staging checklist built specifically for your street and your likely buyers. Data informed, never guessed.
Step 4, the contract stage. Every term in the contract has a purpose. We explain each one before you sign anything. No surprises. That is a promise we make to every client.
And lastly, step 5, closing logistics and beyond. We coordinate movers, utilities, title, and any local enrollments or registrations that matter to your family. We do not disappear after the offer is accepted. Our relationship does not end at closing. The outcome ends when you are settled. We build plans that feel human and perform like strategy.
If you want to talk to us directly about your specific situation, not a form, not a bot, but actually us, send us a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Harroon Realty Group or visit HarroonRealtyGroup.com. We offer a free 15-minute consultation. No pressure, no pitch, just an honest conversation. Here is something most agents will never say out loud. The price matters, but the terms, timing, and flexibility in your contract change outcomes, and more often, can we just, I don't want to have to go back. We can just, here is something most agents will, here is something most agents will never say out loud. The price matters, but the terms, timing, and flexibility in your contract change outcomes more often than price alone.
Inflexible terms can cost a seller more than concessions they refuse to make. We have seen listings sit for months because the seller would not budge on a closing date, when a small accommodation would have closed the deal cleanly with the most qualified buyer.
On the other hand, smart terms create clean, fast outcomes that leave everyone satisfied. A thoughtful closing window, a modest seller credit, or a short rent back can be the difference between an accepted offer and a missed opportunity.
Now, grab a pen. Here is the checklist that changed outcome. Number 1, know your closing timeline flexibility before you start negotiating. 30, 45, or 60 days. Which works for your actual life?
2. Ask what closing date the seller prefers before you write the offer. It costs nothing to ask and can make your offer stand out without changing your price.
Number 3, use contingencies to protect yourself, not to block the deal. There is a meaningful difference in knowing it changes outcome.
4. Earnest money signals seriousness. The right amount shows commitment and moves deal forward. Use it strategically.
And number 5, a small seller credit, applied to moving costs or a rate buy down, can be the reason your offer gets chosen over the one down the street. It is one of the most underused tools in the market. What should you budget for closing costs? Plan for 2 to 4% of the sale price, depending on your terms. Your lender will give you a loan estimate that breaks it down precisely. That is the number to work from.
These are starting points. We run the specific numbers for your street, your timeline, and your situation. Because one size fits all advice is exactly what we built Harroon Realty Group to replace.
Thank you for spending this time with us. You gave us your attention, and we don't take that lightly. 3 things you can do this week. Action 1. Drive the routes you will use at the times you will actually use them. Real life happens at real times. The commute you pick is the commute you live with.
Action 2. Speak with a lender this week and get a full pre-approval. Not a soft inquiry, a full pre-approval. So you know your exact buying power before you fall in love with a home.
Action 3. If you are thinking about selling, spend 30 minutes reviewing actual closed sales on your street from the last 90 days. Not an estimate, actual closed sales. That number is your real starting point for every pricing conversation with your agent. Come informed.
Episode 2 is coming in 2 weeks. We are calling it the PCS Playbook. Everything military families need to know before they arrive in Central Texas. If you have a move coming up, that episode was built specifically for you. Subscribe now so it drops directly in your feed.
If this episode was useful, share it with one person who needs it. One share, one person. That means more to us than any algorithm. And if you want to talk to us directly, not a form, not a bot, but actually us, DM Harroon Realty Group on Facebook or Instagram, or visit HarroonRealtyGroup.com. We offer a free 15-minute consultation. No pressure, no pitch, no jargon, just an honest conversation about your situation and your right next step.
We are Harroon Realty Group, brokered by Fathom Realty, serving Killeen, Harker Heights, Salado, Austin, and the greater Central Texas community.
We lead with care so you can move with confidence. Guidance you can feel.
Strategy you can trust.